What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Duran, and we're here to talk about the Atlanta Hawks are vying to trade their number 6 pick for a proven player, a star player, an all-star level player, because they're trying to make a playoff push this year to appease young up-and-coming superstar Trae Young, who wants to make the playoffs. You know, normally as a player that plays at that level, you want to make the playoffs. You don't want to lose a bunch. And as a team, I'm glad that the Hawks recognize that they have to make the playoffs to keep their young superstar. We have to show that we are trying to improve. We are trying to get better. We're wanting to add more talent, and we're going to add immediate talent. Now, breaking down the options is a little bit harder because there aren't really players that I think are that much available that you can trade for that number 6 pick. There are players that you can look at, but I don't think there are as many available and give you that immediate talent that you're vying for. Number 1 I will start off with is Victor Oladipo. Obviously, the situation in Indiana is starting to sour a bit because of just the unknowing of whether he'll come back, he'll sign, re-sign. We just don't know. And at this point, honestly, it looks like Victor Oladipo is leaving. Now, I think there's been reports that he wants to go to Miami more than Miami wants to go to him, and that's probably because he values himself more. Really, I don't know if Victor Oladipo's worth the number 6 overall pick, but I can see why you would do it because, a backcourt with Victor Oladipo and Trae Young, that helps because Trae Young is not a defender. Trae Young is designated as the worst defender in the league. Victor Oladipo plays both ends. Victor Oladipo is a shot creator, shot maker. Getting him off ball, I'd like to see that. Getting Trae Young off ball, I would like that trade. I think that would help them make the playoffs. I think that helped them take another step. Another trade that I would love is sitting the number 6 pick for an assigning trade situation with Boston for Gordon Hayward. I would love to see that. Boston gets something for Gordon Hayward. He doesn't completely opt out of his deal. That's what I would hope. And the Hawks, they get an immediate upgrade. They don't really have a player that plays 3. That they don't have a small forward. They don't have a player as smart as Gordon Hayward. They don't have a player that's been to the All-Star game. So, adding a Gordon Hayward to that's a formidable trio. That's a playoff trio between Trae Young, him, and Clint Capella. And you also throw in John Collins and other players. That's a playoff level team right there. Another one that I would think of is probably out of Washington, Bradley Beal. I'd say number 6 for Bradley Beal. I think that'd be a crazy backcourt. With Trae Young and Bradley Beal, that'd be an insane backcourt. I think those guys would wreak havoc. It'd be 30 point a night. They'd go crazy. Do I think that the Hawks should trade the number 6 pick overall? Yes, I do agree with the idea because they have enough prospects. They've been drafting in the lottery long enough. You have a superstar. Now surround that player with talent. That's what you do when you get a superstar player, a generational player. Players like Luka, players like Jason Tatum, players like Zion Williamson. You surround those players with talent so they stay there, so they want to re-sign. Jason Tatum's going to re-sign for Boston for 5 years, $1 billion, whatever. Luka's going to sign a $1 billion contract when it's his turn. Those players want to stay in the market. You want to keep those players in your market by surrounding them with talent and proving that, hey, we offer you the best ability to contend now. And I'm glad that they're assessing it now to give Trae Young a little bit more help because Trae Young has been obviously made it clear that he wants to make the playoffs. He's tired of losing. And we've seen with players like Anthony Davis, like DeMarcus Cousins, players in situations where they don't win, they leave. And you don't want that as Atlanta. Atlanta has been trying so hard and waiting so long patiently for a player of Trae Young's talent level to come. They haven't had a player this good since Joe Johnson, goddamn. They haven't had a player in Atlanta this good since those days with Mike Bibby, Joe Johnson, Josh Smith, and those guys. So for Atlanta, really, they come along. They've come along. That this rebuild is starting to speed up. They're starting to get a little bit better, but at the same time, they're adding talent. Out of the 3 that I just named, I probably would go with Bradley Beal. Maybe. Probably Bradley Beal, but I'd very much be enticed by Gordon Hayward. I think he's a smarter player. I think he fills a position right now that you need, a small forward. And with championship level teams, they've always have an all-star level talent at small forward. So, building on that formula, that's what I would look at. I would love love to see Trae Young, Gordon Hayward, and Clint Capella play together. I think that'd be a good nucleus in the East, and see what that team could be a 7th or 8th seed. I'd love to see that team contend against like the Nets or against the 76ers. That'd be a good series. But as always, I have nothing left for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.